Papa Doc, you made it.
Yeah, it was right there behind me. But it's not there anymore. At least I hope not. Scary as all hell.
Hey, what's that on your foot?
Huh?
Hey gang, Uncle Todd here, and for our last flick of blockbuster knockoffs, we're finally getting to an Italian film. Now, the Italian film industry, huge on knockoff films. When George Romero and Dario Argento made Dawn of the Dead, suddenly everybody was making zombie movies. Like Zombie 2 or Zombie Flesh Eaters by Lucio Fulci, probably the best known one because of the zombie versus shark fight in it. And when Mad Max became big, everybody started making man, I cannot think tonight. Films about post-apocalyptic, like Escape the Bronx, and of course, Conan the Barbarian inspired the Ator film starring Miles O'Keefe. So, as an industry, it was very much kept its ear to the ground, and whenever it became big, they would then flood the market with it. And the film we're looking at this time is Robowar, which is a knockoff of Predator. In fact, this follows plot points of the film rather closely. And this is where we run into a bit of a problem with a lot of Italian knockoffs, like Beyond the Door, which was a knockoff of The Exorcist. They will copy scenes and events from the original film, but they don't seem to understand why it's there. It's just, oh, they put it in, we'll put it in. You know, oh, she spit a bunch of green gunk at somebody, we'll do that too. Why? Doesn't matter. It just has to be in there. And it's directed by Bruno Mattei. Had a long career doing Italian knockoffs. Besides this film, he also made Hell of the Living Dead, which was a knockoff of a knockoff, because basically it was a knockoff of Dawn of the Dead, much like Zombie was, although Zombie went its own way, and Hell of the Living Dead grabbed scenes from both flicks and the soundtrack from Zombie Flesh Eaters. It's an awesome soundtrack by Goblin. But, no, that's not correct. They grabbed the soundtrack from Dawn of the Dead's Italian cut, which was by Goblin. Romero had used stock library music for his film because it was a low budget and he couldn't afford anything. But Argento, who recut Dawn of the Dead, named it Zombie, and had a new score commissioned by Goblin, and that score was then swiped and reused for Hell of the Living Dead. He also made Rat's Night of Terror, which is sort of a Mad Max knockoff, and also a knockoff of Deadly Eyes, which was a killer rat movie, or Willard, you know. And In the 90s, he did Cruel Jaws. Nothing like doing a knockoff of a Spielberg film 25 years later. But, to get into Robowar, we start in a jungle. This was actually filmed in the Philippines, back when the Philippines had a thriving industry of having other countries come in and film there. The leader Marcos was very accommodating for a price. And we have 2 men in a helicopter tracking down someone or something called Omega 1. It's gone rogue, and they're been sent to recover it, and it doesn't go well.
Radio contact. Give us visual breakdown. Your position every 60 seconds.
Enemy sighted. Moving target. Tracking search. Receive. On target. On target. On target. Fire. Fire.
You can tell from the title, this thing is some kind of robot. We are then introduced to our main cast by way of a Mission Impossible style intro.
Here we have Corporal Neil Corey, expert heavy weapons, top marksman rating. Private Larry Garino, crack reconnaissance man, known as Diddy or Diddy Bop. Ex-Vietnam medical officer, Alfred Bray, dubbed Papa Doc. Sonny Peel, martial arts expert. His friends call him Blood. Nung Quo, forward scout and point taker, renamed Quang, carryover from the Vietnam campaign. And this is our coordinator, Major Murphy Black.
Yes, that is our hero, Reb Brown. Very familiar face. You might have seen him pop up on all kinds of TV shows like Three's Company, Happy Days, Miami Vice, Love Boat. He was also the first, well, I should say the second actor to play Captain America, live action. The first was Dick Purcell in the 1940s in a serial that was Captain America in name only. Costume was changed. Character was completely different. And then Reb Brown played the title character in 2 TV movies, Captain America, in which he was the son of the original Captain America, who is given the flag formula that makes you Captain America. And then he had a similar outfit, but not really. And then in the sequel, Captain America, what is it called? Dead Too Soon. He had the Captain America outfit we're familiar with, although the hood was actually a motorcycle helmet. And this is not his first time playing a soldier. He'd also played one in Uncommon Valor, as well as several other films like that. Probably his best known work among fans is, of course, Yor, Hunter of the Future, which was a sort of fantasy / post-apocalyptic sci-fi film. And of course, if you're a Mystery Science Theater fan, he starred in Space Mutiny with Cameron Mitchell and Brown's wife as the love interest. Here, the crack commando team is sent to this island. They aren't told the real reason for the mission. Their mission actually is basically to track down Omega 1, but they're not told that. They're told they're on a rescue mission. And leading the group is a man named Masher, or Mascher. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. Mascher. Who represents the company and has a device that he believes can deactivate Omega 1 so they can return it and get it repaired. He's also told that if they do find out what the real point of the mission is, they might have to be eliminated. Nothing like making things incredibly complicated for no reason. And they start moving through, they take a boat to another island. And they have 3 days there. The boat will circle back around in 3 days for them. And they head off into the jungle, where for a group that is supposed to be an elite force of fighters, make a lot of noise tramping through the jungle. Not like in Predator, where they were all silent and they're all doing hand signals. These guys are through the underbrush. When they're told to drop and get down, it is the loudest going forward through brush I've ever heard. Eventually, they detect movement and they shoot at it and find a disturbing discovery.
Shit, man. Couldn't done all that.
Of course not. Can't you see he's been dead for days?
Looks more like years.
Sweet.
After this, they get shot at by a sniper, and they return fire, and the sniper falls to the ground, only for it to be another body that's been dead for several days. And they climb up, thinking the sniper is still up there, but empty. They're starting to get suspicious of Masher and his motives for having them there. But they go through some more jungle escapades. One of them steps in a trap, and Masher, when he gets separated, runs into the Omega One, but he can't get to deactivate. He can't get close enough. And eventually, coming upon a very modern-looking bridge, they see a group being chased by the guerrillas.
I bet one of these assholes at Practical Joker set the trap.
That is our female addition to the group, you know, because Predator had one. It's Catherine Hicklin. She's more of a TV actress. She was a regular on several seasons of Knight Rider, and is probably best known for the long stint she had on A One Life to Live. Here she plays a nurse named Virginia, who tells of how the hospital and the village where she was. Well, she was at a hospital, it got closed, and she moved to a village, and then that got destroyed by the guerrillas. About this point, they are, we get a running theme here. They get attacked by Omega-3, they return fire, and then run. About this time, they run into the village the guerrillas have taken over, and hey, remember that action scene from Predator where they took out a band of guerrillas who had hostages? Well, after about 10 minutes of wanton, meaningless destruction and a few Schwarzenegger-esque bon mots, the fighting is over. Victoria finds all the children of the village have been massacred. And then, in a switch from the original film they're raping, one of them gets killed while in the village.
That's just what I need.
target received. Fire, fire.
After his body is discovered, we also get, and well, I should say they get, their first look at just what it is they're dealing with.
Hey, look at that.
What is that?
It is he.
What do you mean he?
The hunter.
Well, realizing he must be the one that just killed their pal Peel, Garino takes off after him. Big mistake.
Hold higher. On target. On target. On target. On target. Receive.
The others fan out to search for him. Hey, remember when Carl Weathers got his arm shot off in Predator?
Major, I think this belonged to Lieutenant Woodring. Remember him?
Yeah, but now we gotta look for Garino.
All right, let's find the rest of his body. Search the whole area.
Keep those dog tags in mind. He was an old friend of the Major. He had died during combat. What's his dog tags doing there? We don't know. It'll be important later. But they don't exactly find his body. Guerrero's body that they're looking for. We spent almost 7-8 minutes watching them wander around the jungle, and they walk right by. Oh, hey, you know what it's time for? Another scene ripped directly from. Let's try that again. Hey, you know what it's time for? Another scene ripped directly from Predator. They hit Butkus. Well, after setting up camp for the night, and we get a few flashbacks to Major's time with the man who died. You know, the one who had the dog tags that they somehow found in Guerrero's hand. Finally, having enough of this crap, Murphy decides it's time Marsh told what he knew.
You wanna know? What the fuck was that thing we saw? It's a weapon. What do you mean? Look, why don't you move this knife? No way. Guerrilla activities, you know, State Department losing face and stuff like that. You're not telling me anything I don't know. All right. Omega-1 is the perfect and ultimate weapon. It was released to reverse the situation. You tell me you invented that thing? Yes. Together with my team of bionic experts. You bastard.
Not trusting that Marsh has told him everything, he has Kwong keep an eye on him, just in case. Well, next morning, they find a river, and they cross it, and Doc gets pulled away, something underneath. This infuriates Kwong, who grabs the box Marsh has been carrying around and throws it in the river. Well, that's just great, because he can't deactivate the robot without that. Although it hadn't worked so far. They start hunting for Doc. They find him. He gets pulled away again. And they search for him again.
Oh my God.
Well, Murphy's had enough of this. He decides to go on the offensive. They build a bit of a bunker, and they mine the place in front of it. And then it turns out Marsh was, of course, holding something else back.
What is this?
Last chance, Spock. Tell me. It's for destroying him. A detonator.
Oh no, without the control box, I can't stop him. Oh, except for this little thing that will actually detonate something in his head. Only one problem. You got to get like right up to him to do it. Good luck with that one. Well, Omega shows up. Knows there's mines. Walks through a couple of them. They don't do anything. Marsh, in strange about face. Oh, didn't even see him back there. Say hi to Taz, everybody. Anyway, Corey hands Murphy a tape. Says he should listen to it if he makes it out. Then he goes and tries to use the device on Omega 1.
On target.
Get out!
That was a pretty good dummy they had go up in that explosion. Kudos. Well, Corey goes out and he makes an attempt to get the Destructo box. That was a nasty one. Now, Omega sets his sights on the bunker, so the only 3 left. Run off into the jungle while he blows it up. Then Kwong decides to stay back and let them buy them time. You know, just like in Predator. So he dies, and then the 2 of them make it to the abandoned hospital, where the nurse just happens to know which chemicals can make napalm. And she works on it, and while she's doing that, Murphy plays the tape.
You are well acquainted with the man we chose to transform into Omega 1. Black, Omega 1 is your friend, Lieutenant Martin Woodring.
So it's not only Predator, but it's RoboCop 2. Told ya. Those dog tags are important. Well, it's time we got down to the final battle.
Target centered. Receive fire. still at least three target again.
Oh, Omega 1's destroyed, and they return to the beach where the boat is waiting for them. Apparently it has been 3 days now. And, but before they can swim out to the boat, because they don't have any little rafts anymore, Omega 1 shows back up. He's in bad shape, but he's still on the hunt. So the Major sends Virginia to swim to the boat, and he leads Omega 1 away, and then they meet for their final showdown at a waterfall, and we get an unexpected turn. And thus, our hero swims his way towards the boat. The end. This is an okay film. It's a little too dependent on Predator. And except for a couple of moments there, you know, and there's the human connection between him and the cyborg. This is just rehashing everything we've already seen. I mean, it's well done, for the most part. And if you need someone who's not as expensive as Schwarzenegger, Reb Brown is a good choice. Good actor. Got great screen presence. About as well built as Schwarzenegger, maybe even better. I don't know. He was a pro athlete, no, college athlete at one time, and he's always kept up. I mean, he was Captain America after all. There was a romantic subplot that they cut out, which is probably just as well, considering Brown's wedding band is very visible in a lot of shots. But yeah, it's not something I would say, hey, we got to see this. But if you're bored and you want to see an Italian knockoff, yeah, here you go. One of the funnier things is the credits at the end. I'll show you what I mean. Murphy and Virgin. Great. But one of the things I found problematic is, unlike other Italian knockoff films, very light on gore. Well, and nudity, but very light on gore, which was always a big selling point. Anyone who watches Italian horror films knows they just go all out. But except for a few shots, not really, and it's not really that graphic either. But you know, can't have everything. And for what it is, it's an enjoyable time waster, but that's about it. Like, unfortunately, so many 80s Italian films. exploitation films, I should say. But nobody goes to see great art. They want to see some action, some scares, maybe a little nudity, tons of gore, and this doesn't really supply the gore that most would want to see in this, but I'm always up to see Reb Brown just do his thing, yelling incoherently during action scenes. It's just kind of his thing. Anyone who's seen Space Beauty will understand that one, because he yells in that a lot. But yeah, this is just about average, I'd say. Please hit like, share, subscribe, and stay after the credits for my favorite scene.
Don't move.